Studying abroad while in college will be one of the most incredible experiences and opportunities you will ever have. However, when most people arrive at their destination, they may be greeted with many surprises that no one warned them about. So today, we'll be showing you 9 things nobody tells you about studying abroad. Number 9. Homesickness will take its toll on you. Imagine being alone in a cab with a bunch of suitcases and no idea where you're going. You arrive at your accommodation and realize that you're alone. Some even cry because it's difficult when you don't have anyone to help you and you don't know anyone around. Loneliness will hit you like a truck, and it will take you a few days to recover. It's perfectly normal to feel this way. Don't be afraid to reach out to your friends and family. They probably miss you already as well, and will be relieved to hear your voice. Also, FaceTime or a Skype session can help to make this bearable. And as this time passes and you begin to adjust to your new life, literally living the dream, befriending your neighbors, even owning a pet, amidst all these, you occasionally experience feelings of extreme loneliness. Don't be concerned if you feel this way. It can take a long time to adjust to your new life. Talk to another international student about your feelings. They are likely to understand what you're going through. It's natural to miss home, but don't spend too much time wishing you could go back. The experience will pass quickly enough as it is. Number 8. Culture shock is a real thing. Culture shock occurs when you begin to perceive things as novel and strange. This is completely normal due to different time zones, food types, work hours, languages, and other factors that vary depending on the country. Some people may change their meal times, for example. In Spain, Spanish people typically eat dinner between 9 and 10 p.m., whereas British people eat dinner between 5 and 6. Every day, you'll have to push yourself out of your comfort zone in order to adapt to a new environment and culture. So if you're planning to study abroad soon, prepare to experience some culture shock. Different vocabulary, get a dictionary and online tutorials. Not having your usual study treats or habits in place also makes adjusting to life abroad difficult. Do you have a go-to study snack that gets you through the long nights? It's possible that it's not available there. Are you used to a library that serves coffee 24 hours a day? Some cities don't stay open all night. Number 7. You definitely will get lost. Pay great attention to your surroundings. Keep in mind the name of the metro station that is nearest to your home, and if you find yourself completely lost, just try to make the best of it. It's never a good idea to walk up to strangers, and you shouldn't start to now, but if you're really lost, you can go to a local bar or restaurant and ask for the manager. They might be able to help you. Don't go down any strange dark alleys, and try not to be alone. This stuff has been drilled into you since you were practically in your mother's womb, so there's really no excuse for any foolish lost behavior. Also, importantly, make sure you understand the country's pedestrian law. The push bike reigns supreme in Amsterdam. In Prague, the red light doesn't hold for the time you have to cross the street, but the time the cars have to wait before they can go. Every country has its own set of rules, and it's essential that you follow them to avoid getting in trouble. Imagine how embarrassing it would be to have to tell your friends you got deported because you didn't know how to cross the road. Number 6. Being baffled by new money. Who knew foreign exchange could be so confusing? It could take you weeks to master the exchange rate, and you will be frequently held up in long lines as you calculate the currency in your hand. Traveling within your own country can be simple because things will add up. However, in a foreign country, the money not only looks different, but is also worth a different amount. If you're still having trouble with currency, there should be numerous apps available that can help you understand currency conversion, and this will assist you in determining prices regardless of where you are. Number 5. Making new friends is challenging. If you think about it, you make friends so easily at home that you would have no trouble making new friends abroad. I apologize for disappointing you. You're completely new to the area, and everyone there already knows each other. You will know almost no one when you begin your program, but many people will already know each other, so making new friends will be extremely difficult. Try looking for your community on the school's international website or on social media. You'll find your crew eventually, it just might take some time. Number 4. Differences in academic expectations. When you decide to pursue your degree abroad, you're well aware that there will be some differences, particularly in language or vocabulary, but no one tells you how profound and subtle those differences can be. At orientation, they may explain that here we focus on short answer essay exams at the end of the year rather than projects throughout the year, but no one sits you down to tell you that essays are structured differently, that tilting conventions for your papers might be entirely different, or that even what is expected in an informal conversation with a professor is different. In some countries, it is acceptable and encouraged to question the professor. In others, it's frowned upon. Some essays are reiteration of classroom instruction, while others require you to present a new theory. The most difficult part of all of this is that these differences aren't always explained in your welcome packet. It takes a few tries and failures before you get it right. Also, don't get discouraged if you get a C, especially if you're, a grade A or B student at home. Just keep in mind that the system used to assess papers in your host country differs greatly from that used at home. In certain European nations, a grade of 70 out of 100 would be an exceptionally good. And a C is hardly anything to be ashamed of. Don't rely too heavily on your paper marks because most subjects are given at the end of the semester to assess your understanding of the entire course. Number 3, you can easily put on weight. Most foods in other countries contain an excessive amount of sugar, salt, and other artificial foods. If you're coming from a place where meals are lighter and there are healthier options than where you're going, watch what you eat. If you buy packaged food provided by a for-profit industry that is laced with sugar and fat designed to taste good and entice you to buy and consume more and more of it, you will be on a path to becoming twice your size. Also, because of your relatively sedentary lifestyle, it is possible that after consuming all these unhealthy products, you simply sit and never consider including the gym in your routine. Number 2, living in another country will teach you independence. Seeing as making friends is difficult and you don't have family nearby, you learn to be very independent. You'll have to learn to do things on your own, like pay your bills and cook, or you'll run out of money. You'll also have to learn to walk on your own because finding company for any event will be difficult because everyone has different schedules and interests. You'd have to keep up with this life for a while, so be mentally ready for it. Number 1, not being able to return home as frequently can take a toll on you. The cost of returning home can eat into your budget, especially if you live far away. It can be extremely difficult to be unable to travel home for the holidays, especially when your classmates are departing. But you also know that it will consume your entire living expense budget for a month or even more. So you have to take time to plan your expenses. And this might also mean returning home just once in 2 years. So plan your expenses for the year, cut costs, invest, save, and work diligently and smartly even while studying. We're not saying this to discourage you. Not at all. Studying abroad is one of the best ways to better yourself and your career. But you must be mentally prepared for when things get tough. You're better off being prepared than being caught off guard. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.